Hey gang, welcome back to the garage for another project. This time around, we got a 1950s era set of hedge cutters, and they're from the Sunbeam Corporation. And you thought they only made kitchen mixers. These things are really cool. We did a little walk around and we got a Bakelite grip. We got a really cool wooden handle. They're only 12 inches long, so you're not going to get a whole lot of work done with each pass. But these things they got a little bit of weight to them, and they are in really great shape. I think all we need to do is put a new cord on because it's already been patched a couple of times. Give it a good refurbishing cleanup, maybe sharpen the blades, and put it back to work. These things are cool. Come on, take a look at it. Alrighty, so hopefully disassembly should be pretty straightforward. On the handle, we got a couple of screws back here. Take those out. We should have access to replace the cord. We've got the gearbox up front, a couple of flathead screws, a couple of more screws to get up front here. Should hold the gearbox onto the handle. Flathead screws on the blade, all look original. Nuts on the bottom. Pretty straightforward design. The handle has a screw in it there. So hopefully not a whole lot involved in getting this thing torn down. We'll know more once we get into it. The brush caps, hopefully the brushes are still good. And get this thing up and running. Let's start taking it apart. Now this back should just come right off, hopefully. There we go. And we've got a screen. I have to clean that up. And looks like a couple of more nuts. Alrighty, so access to this now. Looks like we got, what do you call these? Couple hex cap screws. These should come out. Yep. All right, actually, round, not hex cap. Fortunately, they're slotted to get them out, but they do have the threads inside for the outside screw. Now, there's what's left of the strain relief. We'll have to put a new one of those on. Oh, that's dirty. All right, gang, if you're playing along at home, make sure when you're getting into wiring, if you're not videoing it, make sure you take some pictures so you know where things go when you're going to put it back together. There we go. Made in the United States of America. Happy 250 this year. Rather appropriate. Yeah. Brush caps are only finger tight. That's good. And brushes look to be in good shape. At least this one does. All right, so this back cap, got all the screws out. This back cap should just come off. All right, so it moves. There we go. All right, so with this cap off, able to start disconnecting the wires. Put a piece of white tape on this one for white wire, and we should just be able to fish this contact through. There we go. Do like how none of the screws on here are tight, especially after 70 years, I guess. All right, let's see. Let's see if this thing's going to play nice now. All right, it is loose. There we go. Fantastic. So it goes back together. All right, now we got to find out what's inside the gearbox here. Either bone dry or maybe loaded with grease. There's not a whole lot left of these screws, so over the years there's definitely been somebody inside this gearbox. Hopefully that's a good thing. All right, moment of truth. All right, so there's grease in there. A whole bunch of it. This is going to be fun to clean out, which also is interesting because that is where you drop in the oil. I don't think very much oil would be making its way in there. All right. And I'm just getting the gunk off the outside with one of these towels from the tub of towels. All right, well, that's what's left of the strain relief. See if we can fit a new one on there. All right, we are moving along. We got the outside of the handle, the bake light, cleaned up. We're still going to polish it, but we got all the gunk out of it. Now all I got to do is take the new cord and wire it in and get this rear cap all put back together. So clean up a couple parts first and get the wiring going. Well, I almost forgot. One more thing we have to do is replace the strain cuff for the cord. And I did pick up a bag of various sizes. So we're going to have to find one that most likely we're going to have to ream out to fit on here. All right, so, you know, every now and then I have an idea, figure it out. I got an entire set of Dremel accessories here. And why am I trying to use my drill when I'm just going to hook up a couple of maybe little sanding drums and a reamer out of my Dremel and make the hole bigger that way. So eventually I figure it out. Aha, there we go. All right, so we got the old power cord. We got the new one. I remembered before I threaded the ends on it to put the put the pieces on the wire first. So we got our cap, the screen, and the strain relief. We soldered 2 new ends onto the power cord. About the same length as the old one. So now we're just going to see if we can get it wired up. All right, so we managed to tuck the wires down in there. Get the cable in and the fasteners on with the help of 3 hands. Alrighty, well, we're all back together. Brushes are in, new strain relief, new cord. Everything's looking good. All we got to do is test it and crush fingers. Yes. All right. Fantastic. Hopefully that was the hard part. Okay, we got the handle and the wiring finished up. We got the new strain relief on there. What do you say we see what we can do about giving the bake light a little bit of a polish? And yes, I am avoiding getting into the gearbox as long as I can. So let's put a polish on this thing. All right, so the buffing wheel did a nice job cleaning it up. Remember, if you're going to use any kind of high-speed buffing pads on Bakelite, don't stay in one spot too long. You will melt the Bakelite. So got a nice little polish on here. Now we're going to see what the Plastex does to really finish it off. Now, as far as the wooden handle goes, it is in pretty good shape. There's no major blemishes on it. There's not a lot of paint or gouges or anything like that on it. So I think what we're going to try and do, instead of just going right away straight into stripping it, I think what we're going to do is just use some mineral spirits and some 4/0 steel wool, clean it up a little bit, and see what that and putting some wax on it gives us. You figure the decades of sweaty hands in the summertime cutting hedges with this thing. Little boiled linseed oil. All right, well, maybe a lot. All right, boiled linseed oil on. Looking good. Let's get some paste wax. A little bit of Johnson's paste wax on here and finish it up. Alrighty, the part that we've been dreading. That's cleaning all of this old grease out of the gear works, the blades. We got some accessories from the garage, basically popsicle sticks and some brushes and things. See what we can clean up. All right, so getting rid of a lot of that grease uncovers one screw, two screws. So that should take this plate off and we can get inside and get this gear out to clean that gear in there. Oy. Well, I mean, it's good. We found the screws. Bad. Now we got more tear down work. Now we should be able to drive the gear out from the other side using this socket. All right, so I think we're making progress. All right, so we've loaded the parts into the official degreasing cabinet. By that I mean just a cardboard box. We're going to take some of this generic brake parts cleaner and spray it down, see if we can get most of that grease off. And whatever doesn't come off, then we'll see if we can do some mineral spirits and some steel wool and get it cleaned up. All Alright, so the brake cleaner did a reasonably good job at blowing away most of the grease out of there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of these mineral spirits, some steel wool, and see if we can clean the rest of it up. Alrighty, gang, that about wraps up the complete teardown and cleanup and rebuild of this early 1950s Sunbeam Corporation hedge trimmers. I was really excited to get this as a gift, and I'm really excited now seeing how it looks when it's all cleaned up. We did a complete makeover on it, polished everything that we possibly could. We tore into it, pulled out some gears, put it all back together, gave it a nice shine, and not bad for a 70-year-old made in the USA pair of hedge trimmers. So again, really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And well, what do you say we plug it in and give it one last test drive? That sounds absolutely fantastic. And the new cord on it works too. So again, thanks. Appreciate everything you guys do to support the channel. All the likes, all the comments, subscriptions. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.